Alright, hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to be looking at a new game called Monster Train. It's been out for quite a while now, but I've just now gotten around to having a copy for myself. I've played a lot of Slay the Spire in the past and a lot of Hearthstone adventures as well, so I'm pretty savvy when it comes to card games. I have seen a couple gameplay videos of this game already, so I have a basic idea on what's going on, but that's it. You know, I was watching purely for entertainment, not for learning, so it's going to be a mostly new experience. So this is just the very first run. They threw me right in, and we're gonna see how it goes. So I think this top thing up here is Pyre, right? And there's a Pyre attack power. Embers might be energy. 5 card draw and capacity, right? So capacity seems to be a really big deal. So we're going up against Heaven's priests. These disciples have dedicated themselves to the service of heaven and will attempt to restore the life of their companions. Okay, interesting. So they can resurrect. That's kind of what it's sounding like. Oh wow, I can actually like hover over these different characters and see what they do. Okay, so this is probably like the boss character, maybe. Relentless. Combat in this room continues until all enemies are dead or defeated. Ooh, oh my goodness. Okay. I'm assuming I'd be the enemy in that scenario. A high-ranking officer. Within the combative ranks of the disciples. I love lore in these games. I always love the flavor text of cards. I think it adds a nice little flair, and I'm glad that this game has it too. That was like the first thing I turned on in the options, actually, was flavor text. I'd love to read all the extra bits and pieces. Obviously, once the first through, it's a little bit less important. But you know, it's kind of nice to know who you're going up against, right? Kind of like that. One of the big differences between a normal card game and like a PvE card game is in a PvE scenario, you all tend to get the ability to play your cards the way you want to, which is really awesome. Normally when you're doing like a PvP, I've always loved card games ever since I was a kid. But the biggest problem with them is it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna have a deck where you get countered and you don't get to play the game. And those tended to rise up, or like specific cards that just countered blanket strategies, best strategies in the game. Those would crop up, and I mean they're important in PvP, but in PvE you really get to play out how you want. Anyway, I'm getting all sidetracked here, so we'll focus more on the gameplay aspect rather than the lore. I'll go into that later maybe. We got a 450 Relentless, that's the boss character. We got a 225, which is a basic unit seemingly, and a 0-1 recovery. So this guy doesn't even attack; he's a healer. Restore 5 health to friendly units. Let's just get right into it and we'll see what we can do. So I know that there's like multiple levels, yeah. Okay, so this is your Pyre. If it takes too much damage from the enemy attacks, your run is over. Seems simple enough. Enemies have boarded your train. I don't know how. Where did they board my train from? Guess they just teleported on. Enemies have boarded your train. Enemies enter at the lowest level and move up 1 level every turn. If they reach the top, they'll attack your Pyre. Simple enough. Summon units to defend your train. You can play each unit. Oh, interesting. You play each unit card once per battle. So that's pretty backwards from Slay the Spire. Well, I guess Slay the Spire doesn't really have units. Hearthstone, I guess that makes a little more sense. Maybe this game parallels Hearthstone PvE more than Slay the Spire in that way. There's lots of cards. I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Growing up, and there's lots of cards to bring back your monsters and that sort of thing. But I do need to think of it more of, like, these are monsters and they are single use, so I'll keep that in mind. We've got 6-2 with 10 armor. I don't know what armor is. Let's see. Damage is dealt to armor before health. Each point of armor blocks 1 point of damage and is removed. Okay, so that's very Hearthstone-like, actually. Interesting. So 6-2 with 6 HP. It's a pretty nice health. And then we've got a machine type. Okay, so there's actually machine. There's different types of units. That's good to know. So these little things here, that can actually make a big difference. This guy's a champion. He costs 0. That's fantastic. He's also a lot tankier. Let's see. How many can I fit on this bottom floor? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So between these two units, let's take a quick look at our draw pile. So I'm only going to be able to fit 2 units on the bottom floor. I don't know if I want either of these units taking damage just yet. So let's go ahead and place these 2 up here for the time being. Each floor of the train has limited capacity. The amount of space... Yeah, right. Okay, so we've got restores, so we can do healing and stuff. That's good to know. I've already kind of committed to this play, so I think I will continue on this route. This character has a higher HP value, which means it's going to get more out of restore than this unit will. Yeah, as you can see, it's got lower, and the armor probably won't be restored by this, right? Restore 2 health, right, so not armor, that's regen. Cool. I'm probably overthinking this. I imagine this is probably a tutorial, but that said, you know, it's good to know exactly what you're getting into. If I could win on my first run, I would be really happy. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so, we're gonna be doing 5, 12, what's that, 17, so not quite a kill. But we can start to gear up for it. And we can place another train steward. I'd rather not place him on his own because he's just going to get beaten up. So let's go ahead and put him on the upper floor. And we'll strategically place these torches. So I could get 2 regen, or I could deal 4 damage. I think the damage is worth a lot more at this point. And let's try to deal with the enemy that's getting up toward the top first. And let's see, I know what my next 5 draw are. Okay, so I know that I'm not going to draw any more torches, which means I actually have to dedicate one of these torches to this enemy. Because I don't want these guys healing, because they're very, very tanky. So 1 torch goes there, and another one here. I hope this is logical. I mean, I feel like these games are pretty darn intuitive when you get used to it. Okay, so this guy's already taken him out. That's fantastic. That's great news. And, yeah, this is actually a pretty self-explanatory turn. So we'll set up our last train stewards, and that, I mean, this is beautiful. I feel like, I mean, if this is a tutorial, I feel like I'm doing everything exactly right, which is awesome. Alright, so, yeah, I already know about Relentless. I went and read that earlier. So, we could try and do some healing, and... Okay, so I'm assuming these are going to take turns. So he's going to kill each of these guys in 2 turns, which means a regen on each of these guys would keep them alive for 1 extra turn. I hope that works. Let's see. Only one way to find out. And a torch will go there. Hopefully that works. Aha! Look at that. So they did heal up. That's fantastic. Alright. And we did take some pyro damage. That's unfortunate. I guess I could have played a little bit differently. I should have probably torched that unit instead. So that's already a misplay that I've made. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to perfect on this one, but I'm not sure how important pyro health is to keep high. Maybe I can regenerate it somehow. So, let's see. Is there... Okay, this guy's super dead. Just burn him down. Absolutely destroyed. Wasn't even close. That was great. Okay, so yeah, I took 2 damage, so minus 4% on my score, but everything else turned out pretty good. So I got 50 coins, clan pack, and an ally clan pack. Okay, so we've got Vent. What is this? So it's an X. Ooh, I love X spells. Okay, so this is a Slay the Spire style thing. So I imagine this spends all of your Ember. Okay, right. So it's exactly like an X spell from Slay the Spire. Spells only affect 1 floor, and then. Oh, that makes sense. And it's deal 2 X damage to each unit. So, support spell killer, maybe? That sounds okay. Maybe? Alright, and we've got Welder Helper. Summon. Oh, he's got a summon effect. So, triggers when played. Okay, so this is a battle cry, just like from Hearthstone. Cool. Apply armor 15 to the front unit. The front friendly unit. Okay, interesting. So this is a support unit of sorts. That's kind of weird. Because I feel like he'd just be taking up space. And it seems like capacity is really, really precious. But that could also help, like, a tank unit continue to tank, I guess. And we've got a Molten Imp, which is deal 5 damage to enemy units. Whoa. It sounds good. That sounds like straight up better than Vent. I mean, keep in mind, this is... I just got to try and figure it out here. Deal 5 damage to enemy units. So it's 1/1, deal 5 damage to all units. Obviously, once again, it's a capacity thing, but if I throw him up at the front, he just dies, and then I have that capacity back. But he does have 1 health, or 1 damage, so... I mean, this just seems, like, better than Vent, to be honest. Maybe there's, like, spell power synergies and stuff, but I don't have anything like that, and I have no idea how common something like that would be. It looks like I can skip for gold. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Molten Imp, because that seems pretty good. And now, this is my allied clan. Enhance with +4 damage and apply spikes. What is spikes? When a unit with spikes is attacked, the attacker takes 1 damage per stack. Okay. And I guess I could keep using this because it's a spell. So I could stack spikes on something and damage. It's too bad that's not like health and spikes. I feel like that would be more synergistic. That's a little bit weird. Wildwood Sap is apply 5 regen. We don't really have any tanky units right now, so I don't think that's very helpful. At least currently. Obviously, we're probably going to want to pick up some tanky units. 5 regen is a lot. And it's a consume. What's consume? Can only be played once per battle, so it's an exhaust card, essentially. Okay, cool. So that does suggest to me that 5 regen is valuable enough to warrant this card exhausting or consuming. That's interesting. So maybe regen can be stacked, kind of like poison from the character in Slay the Spire. Kind of what I'm thinking. The name escapes me. The Silent, that's the one. Invigorating Solution. Draw +3 next turn. Okay. For 0, huh? Pretty spicy. But I don't think I'm gonna have mana to deal with that sort of thing. It could be nice to mill through my deck and draw quickly. I don't think I've got the... Like, if I had more mana to play around with, I would take this in a heartbeat, but I think I want something with Now Effect. 2 cost on this is really high. I'm gonna take the Millwood Sap. That's the play. I did have multi-strike on my hero, so maybe I should have contemplated that a little further. But that was just kind of my gut feeling on it. So, Awoken or Hellhorned. So Hellhorned is probably my... Hang on, can I look at my deck? I can't, cool. Okay, Hornbreaker Prince. He sounds like a Hellhorn, and I don't know, it's hard to tell. I guess these would be Awoken? I don't know, this seems like a pretty standard deck. I don't know, it's the green and red that I'm really going off of for this. So we've got Merchant of Steel. Forge your units to gain new power, or Merchant of Magic. Okay, so that... I wonder if I should let that dictate my primary choice. I don't know, I think getting my champion stronger right away would be really good. So let's do that. So we'll head in here. You know what? The good thing to do, or the right thing to do, hopefully I can come back here. I think I can, right? Yeah, okay. The right thing to do, if I'm going to be upgrading a unit, I should look at my units first, and gather an extra one. Okay, so these are actually 3 capacities, so that's like the first thing I'm going to look at on all my units. Gain 1 fire? Interesting. Wilting Sapwood with 350, so that's a tank, if I ever did see. Summon. Gain 60 what? Why is that even a summon then? Maybe there's summon procs. Maybe you can have stuff like double summon. That'd be really crazy. So this is going to be a 1575. Rejuvenate. Gain +1 of each. Triggers when healed, even at full health. Whoa. Okay, so that unit has, like, huge scaling potential. They're both hollow class. I don't know what that means just yet. Like I said, there's probably like synergies and archetypes based around different unit names, if I had to guess. That's my best guess. Revenge. Gain 1... Is that... Hang on. Gain 1 energy. So every time this unit is hit, I gain energy. So I think this would be like more of the macro play, and this is just... the early game. Like, you just want to have a big unit out. And I think a big slapper, let's just grab something that's really good for now. Also, it's cheaper, which is great. This thing seems rather expensive, and it's probably supposed to be buffed up and pay off in the long run. But I think the immediate payout of the Awoken Hollow looks a lot better to me. So, now, we can get +7 Rage, which is +2 damage per stack. Decreases every turn. I wonder how long 7 Rage would last. That sounds like a long time. There's also a Large Stone, which upgrades a unit an extra capacity, and I get 1540, which is quite a lot. Upgrade a unit with 510 is also quite nice. So let's... Oh. Huh. I was expecting to be able to upgrade my hero here, but maybe... I don't know, maybe they get outscaled, or maybe they upgrade later. Okay, so let's go ahead and up this unit a little bit. It's gonna be 2025. We might as well just throw everything on the Awoken Hollow here, just because he is my first unit, and I imagine all the other ones are going to be gotten rid of. Oh, I should have paid closer attention to my money. Well, I don't have enough to purchase anything extra. That's too bad. I would have liked to have that. But maybe we should rage a unit too. So we could put Rage on this unit, just to sort of make him a more all-around unit. That seems like an okay idea. I think you want to spend money while you've got it, because that's going to give me momentum in the long term. Even if I don't really like Rage on Awoken Hollow in the long run, you know, it's something that I want to try out. So this unit is a super tank, and it's going to have lots of healing available, and it's going to scale really well, so that's great. Alright, so, these barbed disciples, these spiked foes, will make direct attacks more painful. Using spells from afar will let you fight without sacrificing your units. I wonder if I could have looked ahead and been like, oh, I should go and get a spell unit instead. This guy's 7-1-10? Okay, so he's... Oh man, if he's spiked, that's gonna suck a lot. 0-5-25. He's got spikes on him. I wonder why it's not telling me about the spikes. And then we've got... Ah! Okay, so the support unit is what's granting spikes. Thankfully, we've got torches and they're 1 HP, so that should be nice and easy to deal with. Alright, I'm feeling pretty ready for this one. Alright, so yeah, there's the spikes applied right away. We don't have a torch to deal with this immediately, so I think the initial play... So we can do a 3-2. And I can't imagine a better combo than this. This seems great. Why is he so low health? Oh shoot, did I screw it up? Hang on, let's get him healing at least. We can make this work. Why didn't he get his heal? I must have screwed something up. Maybe I didn't summon him properly? Some spells that can only be played once per battle and consume. Right, I already read about that. Let's just get him healing up. He'll get up to full HP, that's fine. At least I certainly hope he will. Alright, so here's the torch that we were after. Combat previews are now enabled. The preview number shows the amount of damage each unit will take during the next combat phase. A red X means the unit is defeated. Okay. So both these units are defeated already, but that doesn't mean I don't want to... I want to avoid taking damage if possible, so let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. So now this guy is just supremely dead. And I could start setting up this floor up here and just avoid these train stewards. I think train stewards are... I don't know, they don't look like they're very good, considering how high my stats already are. Let's focus on getting my main unit up as tanky as possible. And keep in mind, each time I heal him here, he is gaining in power level. Look at that, he's getting +1/+1. So maybe we can ball him out of control, and that'll get really, really overpowered. That's the hope. We've got a couple more things here. That's fantastic. And it looks like he's gaining his power based on each time he regenerates. So I don't need to go too overkill here. We'll go with 1 extra restore, and I think at this point I'm just going to let him heal up. But I'm pretty sure this floor on its own is just going to absolutely shred stuff. Alright, so this is a good opportunity to utilize the Molten Imp, I suppose. So that's going to take that one out. Fantastic. And I could throw a Rejuvenate on this guy, just so he survives an extra turn, and I get a little bit more damage output. I think that's probably worth it. Oh, right, he doesn't do the same damage as the last enemy. I was going based off the math on the last time. That's completely my bad. What a silly misplay. I'm pretty sure he's supremely screwed. Want to speed up combat, game speed button. Okay, I've already sped up combat to fast. Maybe I should move it up even higher, but I don't know. I kind of want to see the animations. You know, they obviously put work into it. He's already dead. You can tell by the red X, so we kind of won. Let's just make sure we don't lose any units, and we'll, and there we go. Power up as much as possible. He is gonna get absolutely demolished. Look at that. Beautiful. It wasn't even close. Okay, so our middle floor that time was amazing. And looks like we're gonna have a couple extra things to play around with there. That's fantastic. Horn Break. Piercing damage. Damage dealt by this card ignores armor and shields. Interesting. I've never encountered shields just yet. But that's not bad. 5 damage, flat. It is for 1 mana, though. And I'd much rather have another AoE. I think I'm going to be treating these Molten Imps like spells, and then I'm going to have one really powerful floor to work on. I think that's probably going to be my best strategy so far. But let's stick with that. I like that idea. What have we got here? Deal 5 damage to every... Wait, to the front unit. Okay. And draw +1 next turn. That's for 0. That sounds pretty good. I feel like there's a silent card that does something really similar. I can't really recall, but maybe there's a couple similarities between the silent and the Awoken. It's almost like they've got reverse poison in their healing, kind of, with the way the regen works. But I guess that's a pretty common trope for how regeneration works. And then we've got Enhance, which is just +3/+3. That's pretty nice. It's not bad. I have to, like, find out what the overall average value of a unit is. Keep in mind it's a spell, so it can be replayed to continually buff a unit. That might be nice with my multi-strike on my hero, actually, so I'll contemplate that a little further. Then we've got Restoration Detonation. Restore 10 health to a unit, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 5 times the amount healed. So, by default, it's going to be doing 50 damage and healing 10. That's a huge damage swing, actually. Holy moly. It doesn't give me regen. And I feel like I've been focusing pretty heavily around regen. But if this thing gets buffed up, it would become an even crazier swing. Like, for example, if there's like a spell bonus that heals me up to 20, then I'm doing 100 damage. Which is insane. Just bonkers. So this could be like a kill card for 1. I think that's worth bringing along. Just because there's just... It could be a huge damage swing. And if bosses continue to have that lower level of HP, I think I could abuse that very easily. Okay, so this appears to be in the middle. And I can choose between an Awoken or a Herzl's Horde, which is an artifact. Or I can go to the magic place and improve my magic. I'm kind of lowish on money, I want to say. An artifact intrigues me greatly. But there's going to be something interesting in the caverns. I kind of want to get a Hellhorned unit, but I've been sort of leaning in more Awoken. I think purely to continue structuring my deck toward Awoken, which seems quite good. I'm gonna head this way and skip out on Hellhorned for now. That seems like the play. I haven't really been too intrigued by the imps and their summon battle cries or whatever. So let's head over this way. Yeah, let's do it. It's a difficult choice, but I hope it's the right one. 25% chance to deal 5 damage to an enemy as it enters your terrain, or 50% chance to apply Dazed when an enemy enters your terrain. Okay, what is Dazed? A unit is dazed, skips its next attack. I mean, raw percentage-wise, I would say this is better. That just sounds really good. This one seems like it could kill support units every now and then, and that'd be great, but that's its only real purpose. And, like, if I were to roll the 1 in 4 on a tanky unit, then that does nothing for me, essentially. This is just much more reliable, as far as I'm concerned. And what do we have here? Sweep. What is that? Attacks all enemy units. Nice. It's a 330. I guess it can't be too high damage, otherwise it would just be ridiculous. Or I could get another Awoken Hollow. I feel like this is a really high maintenance unit. And I need to focus a lot to make this work. So, with that said, let's go with the Husk Hermit and just keep our one Awoken Hollow for now. That seems like the right play. And what do we have here? Oh, is this like a random event? As you pass a train graveyard, you notice several of your fallen allies. Within the beasts of gnarled steel lie now extinguished pyre shards. Even further inside the rubble, you can make out some of the last protected treasures. Perhaps, if you were to relight the pyre shards, using some of your own, the trains would reveal their value. Which of the pyre shards would you relight? Lose 3 pyre health to gain Hearthstone. Upgrade a unit 25 HP. With 3 pyre health. 6 pyre health. When your pyre kills a unit, restore 5 pyre health. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. So lifesteal for my pyre, essentially. And 10 pyre health, get Petrified Heart, which is friendly units get plus 10 health and Heartless. What? Oh, so that's all units can't be healed. That's terrible. That's horrible. I don't want that at all. Upgrading a unit 25 HP sounds fantastic, though. This also seems good, but I plan to not let anything attack my pyre. So, if I wanted to upgrade something 25 HP, this thing already has incredible levels of HP. I would probably go with the sweep enemy, the sweep character. So let's do that. There we go. Pyre shard flickers to life. The treasure within now revealed as the pyre removes its final defense. Yet as you leave, the pyre shard goes out once more. This time for good. You are all that is left. Okay. So that really putting some importance on my mission, I suppose. Let's see what we got here. I'm really liking the art so far. It's quite nice. At first, I wasn't really sure what to think, but you know, it's pretty good. That giant Sarlacc coming out of the ground. Oh man, the same creature. It's not doing so hot if that's the case. If this is hell, things are looking pretty nice. Oh my goodness, this is quite the trek. All right, well, this is where we are, and we're heading into the next mission, I suppose. It seems like each level has a boss. It's a whole boss rush. Daedalus. Heavily armored creations protect this ex-professor in his quest to safeguard Seraph and the Winged. Plating steel, constructed explosives enter with shield. Wait, damage shield. Okay. Weird. So that's his ability. 8250. Goddamn. Okay. Well, that's a lot of HP, but I think we have a pretty good chance. Ooh, we got some music going and everything. Constructed. Explosives enter with damage shield. Okay. Daedalus is the strongest boss you've faced yet. He moves between floors freely, but can be attacked if you clear out the floor of enemies. Okay, cool. So, all 3 of these enemies ended up dazed. This bomb has a triggered ability and will explode on its turn, dealing damage. Mouse over units with the purple trigger icon to see if the detail... Wait, oh, okay. Very good. Let's see. On turn, despawn and deal 10 damage to the front unit. And it nullifies 1 damage. So I don't think I can really deal with that right now. One of these Molten Imps clears quite a lot of this floor, which is quite nice. And... This is tricky, because I've got a lot of units that I want to play. So if I Molten Imp this floor, I can start setting up on the center floor, but then I've also got a Molten Imp on that floor, which is pretty problematic. And I can't kill this thing in time. I'm pretty sure that enemies always go first. 10 damage, so I'd go down to 15 life, and I've got no regen. I would only have to deal with one enemy, though, and we would have lots of time to regen. The main reason I want to set up on the center floor is because I seem to be getting bonus for stopping bosses early. So I would like to continue doing that. Despawn and deal 10 damage to the front enemy. Okay, so Awoken Hollow goes up front for 1. Then Horn Prince goes here. So he's taking minus 10. And this guy's taking 46, which is great. Alright, then Molten Imp down here is fantastic. And I can Torch as well. I think I want to hold on to one of these Molten Imps because it's basically a one-time use spell. That's how I should be considering it. Now, if I were to Torch this, it doesn't look like it's giving me any benefit. But getting this HP down a little bit further is nice. So I'm happy about that. Very nice. So this guy might actually be able to go down pretty quickly if I do it right. Wow, this is... I must be getting incredibly lucky. Oh no. Oh no, that's really bad. Wait, no, am I killing it in time? It's hard to tell. I'm only taking 2 damage, which means... Oh, because it's dazed, it doesn't get to go off. That's really good. Wow, that's incredibly fortunate. At least I imagine it is. It seems that way. Alright, so let's get our regen going. I think that's very important. And let's go ahead and throw a Husk Hermit up here, because that way I can start dealing more permanent damage on this bottom floor, start softening things up. Seems like a good idea to me. Alright, that's fantastic. We got here yet another bomb. Is this guy gonna live? No, he's not. And we're actually... Wait, why is he not taking any damage? I'm taking 0 damage, apparently. What's his incant? He gets 1 attack for every spell played on that floor. I still plan on playing both my spells up here, because I think that's highly worthwhile. How do I cancel? There we go. I was a little bit worried there for a moment. Okay, so I definitely need to send a torch this way. Otherwise, we're taking a bunch of damage. Uh-oh. It appears I'm still taking the damage. Right, because I'm not dazed this time. So I guess I'll double torch. That does hurt a lot, but it's probably worth it just to keep this enemy, or this creature, healthy. And we'll get the higher regeneration going here. It means I take a little bit more damage, but it's probably worth it in the long run. There we go, beautiful. And that unit's just going to continue to power up, which is fantastic. Well, that does literally nothing, which is fantastic. Is this guy just a support unit? It appears that he's just trying to attack me, which is not so bad. This guy's dead, and we are still taking a little bit of damage. I need to get that HP as high as possible, because that's how we're winning this boss fight. That's the game plan. I've got a win condition, and that is a very important thing to stick to in this sort of game. I can't put my Train Steward up here, which would have been my play, if I could have. Actually, it's dazed. I might be able to invest. But it also just seems like it may be worth it to ignore it for now. It's a tough call. So this guy would be dying next. So does this thing only expires after it uses its attack. I'm in a bit of an awkward spot here, because I don't want to increase the attack damage of this enemy too much, but I also want to start working down these creatures. I'm going to risk a Train Steward and hope that I can invest a mana up here next turn as well. That's the game plan. If I lose a Train Steward, I don't think it's a big deal. I think that's the best long-term play for me, because I still have quite a few of them to work with. Okay, so this is where stuff gets a little spicy. Right now, that thing is not dying. We can do Restoration Detonation. I think that's a good starting play. That tears through him right away. And we're still healing here, which is great. So this guy's going out if I don't heal right now. Neither of these got dazed, but this enemy, or this creature has a ton of HP. I keep calling them enemies, because I'm the bad guys for once. I never get to be the bad guys. It's fantastic. So I could throw another Molten Imp down here, but I think I should wait on that. And just, once again, we gotta get this healing as maxed as possible, because this is our carry unit. This is our win condition. That's just how we've built this deck so far. Final wave. Alright. He's pulled out the wrench. He's coming after me. He's had enough of my shenanigans. We're doing 21 damage to him right now, which is wholly unimpressive if you ask me. I can get a Train Steward in here. He's doing 8 damage. So I should definitely put the Train Steward at the end, so that way he doesn't... Yeah, there we go. Now we're doing some rather nice damage. That's great. And let's throw our other Train Steward up here. There we go. And we might as well just get a little bit of direct damage. I think that's the best we can do. So, pretty solid. Get some decent damage output here. See, things are working out heavily in my favor. Oh, man. I imagine if anyone's watching this and they've already played this game, it's just painful to not see it at full speed. I imagine everyone's just playing on fastest. That's what happens in games like this. It's like, I've seen the animations 100 times. Just let me play the damn game. He's already dead, by the way. We have absolutely demolished this fool. Not a goddamn chance. He's not making it to the top floor. Alright. Well, I would say that this has been going incredibly well. Doing fantastic. Alright, so we've got a rare pack, 75 gold, major enhancements, and a unit draft. Okay, so what do we got here? Impolate. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 15 times the number of imp units in your deck, which is currently 30 damage. So if I wanted to flex into an imp deck, the problem with a spell like this is it does not scale well with spell power. Reinforce, consume double armor on a unit for 3 mana. That sounds like it could be crazy, but I don't have very much armor units right now. I've been going mostly Awoken here. And that's all about the regen. So let's take a look at this one. Cycle of Life. Enhance. A unit with plus 10 HP and apply 4 spikes. Hey, that's the thing I was talking about earlier that I was thinking would be good. 3 mana is insanely expensive, though, for that. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna bank on being able to make it cheaper somehow, I guess. Like, there's all those spell shops, right? Maybe that's what I need. Alright, we got Demon Fiend for 4. How am I ever gonna use that? 50-50 though. Pretty fucking spicy, I love it. And then Resolve. Gain 5 armor. What is Resolve? Triggers after combat. So each turn this guy gets 5 armor. I feel like he's not a very good fit for my deck. He's not really what I'm doing. And I've already stated my piece on Awoken Hollow. I think it's kind of wasteful. Oh, man. I almost want to skip. I feel like these are not really what I'm after. But I'm gonna take Demon Fiend in the hopes that I can get Ember. Because if I could get this unit set up on the top floor... I've been having some, like, moderately dead turns because of my squires. Or sorry, not my squires, my stewards. I'm thinking Hearthstone here. So let's take a Demon Fiend. Hopefully that'll help out a lot. So here's the +1 Pyre. Or +1 Ember. +1 Draw or +1 Capacity. I feel like my capacity hasn't been too much of a problem. I'm really happy with having just, like, the power units in the middle, and that's been carrying me. So I think the Ember is the play here, especially since I just took that creature that kind of requires me to have extra Ember. So yeah, that's the play. Alright, what do we got? We got an Unstable Vortex. I can just yeet some cards in there, and remove 2 from your deck. Cool. We got a Hellvent. Duplicate a card, except your champion. What would I want to duplicate in this deck? Awoken, while buffed up, he's really not something that... It's a high maintenance card. That's the only way I can put it simply. I don't think I want to duplicate any of these cards. I think I want to get rid of cards. I don't care about the coins at all. I want to get rid of cards real bad. That's great for me. So these train stewards are dead weight, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, can I get rid of multiple at a time? Okay, guess not. Alright. Yeah, these guys are not helping me. They're doing nothing. Restore 20 pyre health. Can I not and like get something extra? That'd be cool. Upgrade your champion. That sounds cool. Alright. So 15 armor. Multi-strike 2. He's just been sitting in the back. He doesn't need armor. 10 armor. Multi-strike 1. Slay is plus 10. Triggers after dealing a killing blow. Well, he's doing lots of killing blows. Oh, man. So triple strike would be if I were buffing him a lot. But I think this is great, because he's been a backliner for me this whole time. Very good. Okay. What do we got here? This is more unit upgrading. Okay. So... oh, man. I'm not very happy about any of these. Rerolling is very expensive. This is tough. I want to upgrade my big ape, and I don't think any of these are good. Quick, before enemy. Okay, so this one makes it so I attack first. That could mitigate some damage pretty substantially. I don't know if it's what I'm after on that unit though, and it's very expensive. So I think that's the play. We could also remove some more cards from our deck, which might be a really good play. That would get rid of all my stewards, right? I think buffing cards is more important right now, though. So let's do that. I like that. Seems good. 65-90. It'll just make him an absolute beast on the top floor. I could also give it to this unit who's been going on my bottom floor. And that would make them an even more powerful sweeper. It would also mean that I'd want to have to try and commit more resources there. I feel like this is going to be my finisher. I think bosses are going to get strong enough that my Awoken Hollow isn't going to be able to handle things. So, this is my finisher. I don't mind losing this card because I have other support cards to deal or get rid of the support units that would normally cause me troubles. I think that's the strat. So let's beef this one up, and we'll do it again. Just make them even stronger. Hit as hard as possible. Actually, oh man, this one might be for the Husk Hermit. I think I want a little bit of extra base damage, and maybe I can find something really special to place on that big boy. That's the plan, at least. Alright, we're back up to full health. Really unnecessary, but I'll take it nonetheless. Alright, undergo trials for greater risk and reward. Activating a trial will make this battle more difficult, but you earn extra reward. So I'd get a random artifact. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 4. So we've got a 300 HP boss with 12 basic attack. Who's this guy? Absolver. Add a weight of contrition into... oh my goodness, he's tanky. I hate that. Onto the top of your drop pile. Okay. Triggers after combat. That's kind of nice. And it removes... oh, it costs 1 Ember. Or my Pyre takes damage. That sounds kind of annoying. And then this guy's just a friggin' tank. Okay. An artifact, huh? Well, my one artifact that I got kinda sucked. But we have a ton of Pyre health, and we haven't taken a damage anywhere else. I feel like an artifact could be really good. And I don't think that most of my units will have trouble with spikes. I think my engagements are minimal enough that I can... oh man. Hellhorde Prince dies guaranteed if I do that. I don't have anything to beef up his HP value to survive. He starts with 10 armor, but he will die as soon as he runs out of armor. I don't think that's worth it, because it... okay, just because I've got that really powerful unit that's going to be on the top floor, I think I can pull it off. I apologize for having to deliberate. I feel like this is a very important moment here. Things could go wrong horribly if I screw up in just the right way. So I'm going to try my very damnedest to avoid doing such a thing. This is looking like a fantastic turn. I can't imagine a better setup right off the hop. That seems very good. Okay. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, trigger on death, 75 gold. God damn. That's not my gold, is it? No, I don't have any gold. Weird. Okay. So we've got this guy sitting here who's going to start doing horrible things to me. I don't have any way of killing him just yet. We're gonna be losing 8 health on our main unit. If I drop this guy down, he's just gonna start eating damage left and right. What does this unit do? They just do damage, okay. Not too worried about that. I don't have any way of killing this unit, so it's getting away guaranteed. And I can't do, like, checks afterward just by throwing that on. Okay. This guy has 60 HP, goddamn. And thankfully this one's not taking terribly much damage. Good news. That guy will die if I torch him, so that's great. Now he's dead. That's fantastic news. I could throw my sweep down on the bottom, which would take her out, but I would also take 11 damage. I think I'm gonna throw a train steward in front just to avoid taking some of the damage. And this is a 4-stack unit. I won't be able to use it for a little while, but I'll throw a train steward up there, just preemptively. And that one got away, unfortunately. Alright, there we go. There's another one already, my goodness. Okay, so... this guy's dead. And that one's dazed. Oh my goodness, beautiful, beautiful. That is so good for us. So let's get restoring. Both of those units are dead, which is fantastic news. As is my... oh no. My Hellhorn is dead too. So I'm gonna need backup for this unit, I think. We need to just get our healing going. I can't place my Molten Imp there. Molting Imp, I apologize. Already getting names wrong. Coming up with my own ways of saying things. Let's get a little bit of damage off. I think this Spikes is gonna be really dangerous. I have some regrets already. But hopefully we can pull this off. We'll see. This may have been a grave mistake. But if it is, then it's a learning mistake, right? So that seems pretty good. So, I could get an extra regen and 2 health, but I'm taking 4 spikes damage. I could Molting Imp here to deal with him. And that's my last Molting Imp. Or I could wait for a double support turn. This guy's been doing just fine. What am I worried about? I'm worried about taking a crap ton of damage. I gotta get this guy as tanky as possible. Let's go ahead and make that happen. I'm gonna make that a reality. And I'm gonna throw him in front because I really don't care too much if he takes a bunch of damage. I think this will reduce the amount of damage I take. Because that's 4 less spikes damage. My sweep unit's really eating dirt here. Yeah, so that does reduce my damage taken, which is good. I gotta try and preserve my sweep unit. A brief respite, that's fantastic. Okay. This is the opportunity. Oh no! I can't summon him! Oh, that's a disaster. I can't summon him because of this stupid train steward. I thought that I was going to have enough, but I forgot that these guys cost 2 capacity. That's terrible. It's truly awful. But that's okay, because we still have plenty of opportunity to bulk up and get stronger here. This is my winning unit, right? That's how I win. I almost want to torch my own damn dude, but oh man, it would take me way too long to do that. But it looks like that is a possibility if I wanted to. No real reason to torch here, but we'll do it anyway. All right, so we're already on the final wave. This is a fantastic start for me. This is why I kept my Molting Imp. I mean, I didn't know this was gonna happen, but it sure did work out conveniently, didn't it? It's fantastic. Alright, let's just keep getting the restores on. Gotta bulk them up as much as possible. And this is gonna get real nasty, because I'm not gonna be able to summon my main unit, or my super tank, because of this top steward that I played, which is pretty darn disastrous. It means I need to win with this unit, and it looks like I will. My god. Wow. I was not expecting to win with just this unit, but he's just a goddamn beast, I guess. My god. Look at that. He's just shredding. That is beautiful. He's just too tanky. Alright. Well, I'm really liking Awoken Hollow. You just invest everything in it, and it just kind of solo kills. That's fantastic. Holy moly. I don't think we took any damage. Yeah, we did that, no damage. That's amazing. Okay, that's really, really encouraging. And I learned a really important part about my deck. I don't want any stewards on the top floor. They are just wasting space. Deal 2 damage whenever an enemy unit moves between floors. That's great. That is fantastic. Because I've basically just been sacking my first floor anyway. Really, really cool. Apply 6 rage? Wow. That's a lot. It's a lot of rage. Or 5 armor for 0. That's also good. Sacrifice an imp, gain 2 energy and draw 1 card. I mean, my imps aren't doing anything anyway. This could be a dead card sometimes, though, which is my primary concern. I feel like I don't need to rush this deck. I almost want to take the armor. I think that the armor would be really, really good, specifically for my champion. Last time I saw how bad spikes ruined me, so I need to avoid having that happen again. And while torches have been nice, they're starting to get outscaled. Sting just happens to be in that perfect range, and we've been doing pretty good on regen. It might be nice to just really get ahead of the curve and get powerful early. But I do like the idea of Sting a lot, because that extra card could be really helpful. Having options is always good. I think I take Sting. I'm gonna do it. Having a little bit of extra direct damage, I think is gonna be really helpful. I want to make sure that I am able to one-shot those support units, because they seem pretty dangerous. Okay, so we've got Pyre Health. That's hilarious. Very funny game. Do not need. Alright, so we got some extra gold, and we can go to the Merchant of Magic and beef up. We also get a random event, which is cool. I assume that's a random event. Yeah, something interesting. I assume it's a random event. Forge your units to gain... Okay, so that's the unit and that's the magic. Right. And I think I'm going to be able to afford to start removing units as well if I take this extra money. We're at 140, which isn't great. But I would like to buff up my magic, so let's do that. I think it's really good to alternate between these two, if I can. Let's go for the random event first, because I think that's going to maybe influence me a little bit. Maybe I'll get a card or something, who knows. 2 ornate chests have emerged from the thawing ice. Both chests have a strange lock mechanism that looks like they could be picked with shards from the pyre. The more decorated chest might have a few more tries, though... do you break off your pyre to get what's inside? Lose 25 HP, gain 150 coins, or lose 5 HP for 25 coins. I haven't used my pyre HP for anything. It's wasting away. Why wouldn't I use it? Your health is a resource. Use it. That's how I look at it. My pyre's not getting hit. Why would I care about 25 HP? Boom. There we go. Big money. Big money. Now I can afford all the things. Alright, so, holdover. What does this do? When played, this card is placed on the top of your deck. Oh, infinite stings? Is that bad? That sounds bad. I don't know if that's good at all. But that is... Oh man, that's expensive. Now, 10 magic power is pretty insane. That makes us do 1 billion damage. Or I could have 15 damage sting that I get every turn. I could have free 15 damage every turn. This reads deal 15 damage every turn. That's real tempting. But at the same time, this is deal 100 damage. If I get this on the boss wave, that's insane. I kind of just want to get 2 of those on there. I think I can put holdover on this and still be pretty happy with the value. I'm going to do that. That's the play. None of these are particular. Oh man, holdover on this would be insane if I could get its cost down. But I think Sting is the play. That's got to be the play. I like it. How's my money? We got tons. Use it. Use it. Upgrade by 20. Wait, upgrade a spell to remove consume. Cost 1 more. I don't like that. Emberstone, reduce the cost. I like that. That's great. What do I want to reduce the cost of? Probably Cycle of Life. I was just talking about that. Great. I can't re-reroll. I can only reroll once. No re-reroll. Now, if I wanted to have something consume and remove from my deck, I mean, it would be silly to do it with the holdover Sting. That's some backwards logic right there. I could bring this up to 40, and I don't even want to try and do the math right now because it's kind of late at night. I'll let someone else do the math on that one, but 5 times 40 is a lot of damage. That said, that means I only get to use this once, and I think that with the amount of additional tanky enemies coming out, I want to keep this in my deck, because not only is that going to have some nice reach on a lot of the basic enemies, it's going to have some nice reach on the boss still. I'd rather have that in between where I can use it for both, not just one or the other. Take a little water here. I'm realizing here, going a little bit longer than I expected. Let's go ahead and give it to a restore. 22 health restore is pretty great. I think that's good. It doesn't increase the regen, which was kind of what I was hoping. Oh man, I could also just give it to a torch, and it would get out of my deck. I think that the health restore is just going to be more universally helpful in this deck, because I've got a lot of very tanky units that could really use the HP. I'm gonna hold on to the rest of my money, because I don't really like that last enchant. Not very helpful for what I'm doing. Alright. Enemies enter with 2 spell shield. Absorb the next damage spell. I don't need the money. I got tons of money. Why would I bother? I mean, maybe you get bonus points or something, but I'm not interested. So, Hidden Assault, Sneaky Clipped have infiltrated your train. Use spells and higher floors to take them out. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Multi-strike. It's a multi-strike boss. Multi-strike 4. Oh my god. Alright. 500 HP. Isn't that double the last guy's HP? Okay. Interesting. And we got Stealth 1. Not a target in combat. Loses 1 stack every turn. So I can't combat target. But it's only 2 HP, so torches take him out. And then we've got Harvest. Gain 10 armor. It's already a 565, so this is meant to become a tank unit. Harvest when a unit on this floor dies, so including both sides, I imagine. I wonder if this guy's going to be backline or frontline. If he's frontline, it's not as big of a deal, maybe. I can make some sacrifices, but I think most of the time this guy is just going to be tanky and I'm going to have to deal with it. And that's okay. I think that's fine. This guy's not as scary as he looks, I don't think. And Spell Shield I hate, especially if there's stealth. I'm not playing that. Forget that. We don't need it. We got tons of money. We're gonna get a load of money from doing this fight anyway. We're ahead. So one of these enemies got dazed. So mana efficiency would dictate that I play Demon Fiend on the top floor, but I have 18 cards to go through, and Awoken Hollow is the card that oh man, it's tough. This is very tough. I need to get Awoken Hollow scaling. Demon Fiend can come out anytime. It might not be the mana efficient play, but I think that this deck has had a clear win condition this whole time. And if I stick to that win condition, I'm going to have an easy time. These enemies will end up doing a lot of damage to me if I don't draw AoE, and I don't really have much in the way of AoE in my deck. So, I'm going to armor up my front unit for now, because I haven't come across any spikes in this, you know, in this one turn, there's no spikes. we're gonna bank on it continuing that way. Why did they take, oh, they take 2 damage between floors! Oh my god. That is so broken. I love it. I don't even have to care. I don't have to care at all. That's fantastic. Oh my god. We're gonna scale so hard. This is fantastic. Let's see here. I didn't take the Imp card, right? I did not. Okay, cool. So I can freely play these Molting Imps whenever I want. Husk Hermit is not going to take damage on this bottom floor because everyone stays. So I'm gonna continue banking on Daze, and I'm just gonna throw him down here to soften people up. I think that's great. And there's an extra 75 gold for no good reason. Okay. The one got dazed, which means we're taking 14 damage, which kinda sucks. Not a big fan. And one of these guys is getting up. I don't like that at all. Okay, so what's the play here? I could Molting Imp down here to wipe these guys and keep my Husk Hermit from taking damage. I definitely have to sting something. So this is doing 33 damage, and you have 35 armor, so he would go down to 12 HP, and this guy overkills. I don't know if this multi-strike is going to be split between these two. 29 damage, I don't know where exact. Okay, so 29 damage is Spike's damage, and then 25, so it does split the multi-strike. That's good to know. So this multi-strike, or this sting would go to them. Yeah, okay, that's the play. Okay, so the sting goes here. Is it, wait. Oh, is it only to the front unit? It is. Okay, interesting. Let's play that down. And then we could train Steward in front. I just want to tank for my Husk Hermit, but maybe I shouldn't tank with the Steward. I don't know. How many Stewards do I have left? I have one more. Okay, so we're just gonna sting this front unit. Just to have... Oh. And rolled up. Well, I feel silly. Did I mouse over? I don't even know how that happened. I don't know about that. That's a bit of a control quirk, I guess. I'm not too happy about that, but you know what? I've probably made worse misplays already, so it's not a big deal. I will be just fine. And I guess I could throw the Train Steward back here, who's just going to be a nice little support unit. Well, just a little bit of extra damage support, not really a true support. Now, problem is, this guy's made it all the way up to the top. Normally he'd be a little bit lower HP by now. Let's see, how much damage does my Pyre do? My Pyre does 30 damage. So I'll take 5 damage. I don't have a choice. But I don't bother attacking him. He's already gone. So this one's auto-dead, which is great. And we just want to get as much damage on this one as possible. So let's do it. Sting is a start. Actually, interesting. Very interesting. So what 3 cards am I playing here? The Sting is a must. Could I would go regen, and he's already gonna full heal off of just these 2 regens. So I can go Torch here to get an extra 5 damage, rather than 2 damage. I know it's kind of wasted, but not truly. It looks funky, but it's right. I'm pretty confident it's right. That's what I'm gonna go with. Wait, oh my goodness, I already had more mana than I needed. I'm gonna go for raw damage here. I think I care more about the damage. Oh. Okay, I thought it was gonna do the damage regardless. You know what, that's good learning. It's good learning. It's fine. There we go. Yeah, I took 5 damage, not a big deal. Now then, we can finally throw our Demon Fiend up on the top floor. Oh my god, he's badass. Look at how giant he is, that's fantastic. I want to continue drawing Sting. It's paying for itself, and it's free 5 damage every turn. That might not sound like much, but it adds up in the long run, I'm sure. Alright. And at this point, we just want to armor up. These two are dead as they transition floors. And we've got an extra room for our imp up there if we need it, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the stopping floor. This will be the last stop, I suppose you could say. Alright, one of these, right? Keep fortifying up. Easy damage. Alright. Very good. Very good. They're gonna get off the first floor, not a big deal. Oh man, they're just beating me up. Oh my goodness. I gotta say, the combat normally is like a pretty nice pace, but during the boss fight it just feels kind of slow. And I guess that's my fault for not having it set up just right. Also, oh my goodness, eat all the spikes damage. Holy moly, is he ever screwed for spikes damage. I love it. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna take like 0 damage this whole time. I'm just gonna regen it all. He's doing all the damage to himself. That's fantastic. That's beautiful. Look at this. Not a goddamn chance in hell. Beautiful. Going well. Got Pyre Chomper. Gain 4 energy. What? That seems pretty broken. Piercing. Deal 100 damage to friendly and enemy units. Okay, so that's just meant to, like, wipe a floor. Huh. Battering Ram. Deal damage to the front enemy unit, equal to 4 times the amount of armor of the friendly or unfriendly units. Okay, so none of these are really helpful other than Pyre Chomper. And even that's arguable on its helpfulness. I think it could be worth some momentum. I'm gonna take it. I think that I can see a play for it. It gets my monkey out, or my giant, ridiculous creature that has not gotten to be played yet. He hasn't done anything. Restore 30 HP, apply 4 regen for 3. I mean, I got plenty of restoration. I'm doing fine. The basic regen seems quite serviceable, to be totally honest. Consume, add 3 sting cards to your hand. Ooh. Ooh. Those would be permanent. I would start, I guess I'd have 3 extra stings in my deck, and they don't target backline, which makes them a lot less good than I thought they would be. I didn't read the card very well. Very clearly. I'm just like, oh, sting, it's Shiv. Just assumed it was Shiv. It's not Shiv. And we've gotten Snare. Apply Rooted 1 to an enemy, draw +1 next turn, and that's for 0. We're already kind of playing around with our draw a decent amount. Prevents the next time a unit would move between floors. Bosses are immune. When would this be helpful? I mean, slowdown is always good. I just feel like it's kind of deck plaque. We got 24 cards in our deck, and I'm kind of loving all of them. I know the Torches and Restores are probably like low-end cards because they're starter cards, but they synergize so well with Awoken Hollow, and Torches just kind of do the thing. Ensnare is something that I need to think about a little bit more. I feel like if I were to take any card here, it would be this one. So this is 3 draw on the turn that I get it. And after that, it's just occasionally deck plaque. So it's really tough to justify taking this. I don't think I'm ever going to not enjoy having this card played, so I'm going to take it. I think that's my reasoning. The only time I won't want it is on my boss wave, but my boss waves have been incredibly easy. So I can buy trinkets, and I get 75 extra coins. I got 290 coins, which is a lot. I can get extra pyre health. Keep in mind I have taken 5 total pyre damage, essentially, so we're doing just fine. What's the purple rock? It's nothing. The purple rock is nothing. We can get a free artifact, or we can pay for artifacts. And remove 2 cards. I mean, I was just talking about how I want to remove cards from my deck. So, what magic cards would I want to beef up? I want to finish beefing my... I want to finish beefing up my Restoration Detonation. That would be great. And Sting still has room to grow. I think those are the main ones. Other than that, I could get rid of both my other Train Stewards. Or just a Steward and a Torch. Because I feel like I've got quite a few torches. That's been a feeling that I've had for a little while here. But my units have been doing a great job staying alive so far, so... I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's a problem. I think improved magic power is good. And, I mean, the extra HP is whatever. I mean, it's nice, but like I said, it's very whatever. When a card with Consume is played, restore 5 power health, I don't care. I do not care at all. Give me the magic power. So I'm assuming that's just flat 3 magic power to everything. That's great. It's extra regen. It's extra torch damage. That's awesome. 2 big thumbs up. Ooh, what is this? Upgrade a spell to gain double stacks. Status effects are, stacks added. Oh my, wait a second. Wait, oh my god. Hang on. What are status effects? Status effects stacks added by this card are doubled. So is like spikes a status effect? I guess spikes would be a status effect from this one. What else would be a status effect off of this? It wouldn't be the HP. I don't think the HP counts. Or would it? It'd be enhance. Enhance and spike, so that's 2 status effects that would be applied. Or rooted for double turns. Or regen for double. Okay. So it's obviously... It wouldn't let me do it to anything that's not a status effect, which is good. I think this card becomes insane. This card becomes ridiculous. There's no way I don't do it on this. Oh, well it is just 8 spikes. I thought it was the HP as well. So this would become 10 regen, right? Yeah. That's a lot of regen. Stacking spikes is cool. And it was very good against the last fight. But I don't know how good it'll continue to be. I think 10 regen really, really gets us moving. It's obviously not worth it on any restores. It's Wildwood Sap or Cycle of Life, I think. I don't know how good Rooted will be just yet, so we gotta play that by ear. I'm gonna take the Cycle of Life. I think that's the play. Extra spikes on my tanky units. I've got multiple units with tons of HP. Seems good. And we can reduce the cost of a spell again. What would we want to reduce the cost of? I mean, Wildwood Sap for 0 would be great. I could also finish buffing this Restore to be 0. I tend to be playing my Restores anyway, but let's just go ahead and do it on this thing. That seems great. And we can go ahead and set one of these up to Restore and Consume. There we go. So that seems good, and we'll go ahead. A reroll seems really expensive here. I'm gonna do it, because I want to get some good momentum. There's another holdover. Hang on, let's take a closer look. We could add another thing to be powered up. We could reduce the cost. I think holdover is pretty good. I could be doing pretty insane levels of damage with that each turn. I hate to say it, but I think I wasted my money on that reroll. I really don't like to say it, but it's the truth. Okay, we're gonna reduce the cost on this, and I'll be happy. Let's leave. We'll cut our losses. We did pretty well for ourselves there. I had to do a lot of thinking on that one. I think it pays off to think a lot in these. Oh my god, that's 1300 HP. that's a ton of HP. But yeah, I'm sure you're able to see a ton of little parallels between Hearthstone and Slay the Spire in this. And obviously the multiple level things, it's kind of like a tower defense. Oh man, there's a game for the Wii that actually reminds me a lot of this game. I can't remember the name of it. It's about an evil princess. Someone in the comments might know. If there is anyone in the comments. Also, if you're in the comments, hi. How you doing? I appreciate you getting this far. It's like a friggin' hour and 14 minutes, my god. I've just been rambling over my decision making. I know I'm new to this game, but I feel like I've been doing pretty good. I don't know. Maybe the game starts off easy and this is just a tutorial though. Anyways, so we got Felled Wings of Light. Felled the Wings of Light. Clipped Absolver's guard fell to weigh you down with guilt. Before the warrior can make her killing blow, remove these weights to thwart their assault. So they've got multi-strike 1, so they're going to be hitting for 20, and they have 1300 HP. Elle and her allies add Scourge cards to your hand and deck, which are 0.70 units. That doesn't sound good. I don't like that. I don't want those in my deck. Okay, let's do this. Are these the creatures that are going to be added into my deck? Immobile, can't move between floors or change position on this floor. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Oh god, this is what it is. Oh, the ultimate penance. Reserve. Your pyre takes 5 damage back. I mean, we got lots of HP. I think we're gonna be able to deal with it. Actually, we're good. Everything is totally fine. Pretty much couldn't be going any better. That said, we're gonna have to deal with these ladies, because I'm pretty sure they're the things causing me strife. Alright, so Demon Fiend just goes up on this top floor and starts smashing. That's fantastic. Oh my god, he's so much bigger than he looks on the card. How does he fit on this train? I certainly don't know, but I'm totally okay with it. Alright, can I ensnare the boss? Ooh, I can. I wonder if they actually get stuck on this floor. Let's find out. That seems like it would be really good. Yes. No. Oh, it's immune. Okay. Well, I probably should have known that already. Probably says in the text, immune, bosses are immune, but like, I thought it was during the boss wave, not right away, but okay. Fair. Alright, so this is just going to kill them right away. Yes. Ooh. And I'm gonna armor up down here, because I think that my Husk Hermit's gonna be having some trouble. And I don't think my Awoken Hollow's... my Awoken Hollow is getting all the support it could ever possibly want. Got an achievement. Hell's finest. Alright. So, we got some stuff to do here. My goodness. So, how do I want to start off? Fire Chomper is going to get me that nice, juicy... These guys are doing nothing. They're doing frig all. It's pretty great. Hang on. Let's not overthink this. So, this is the first thing that I'm playing. Cycle of Life, I want to be stacking on this unit as much as possible. And what would I want to play after that? Restore. That's it. So I'm gonna say, forget about my 1 regen, because I haven't gotten any regen stacked on Awoken Hollow just yet anyway. Let's just focus on beefing up, and we'll keep all of these units in the deck for the time being. Even if they end up being dead cards in the long run, maybe that's the reason I should consider getting rid of them. Well, not getting rid of them, purging them from the deck forever, but like for this round. Hellhorn do not like train. Thank you for the input, Demon Fiend. I appreciate that. You're dead. Fantastic. He's taken 1 damage. Because this guy exists. Okay, cool. And this guy, this angel needs to die. So that sting is definitely going there. And it's torch. Great. Okay. Now then, I guess Millwood Sap would go here, and then we can start stacking on our regen on the Awoken. It seems like a good play. And other than that, this guy's probably not going to end up doing anything, because he won't make it to the end of the turn. Alright, so I guess I could just throw a torch on or this clipped Guardian. Fine by me. Throw a couple out. There we go. Cool. 10 damage, not bad. There we go. We're getting those slay bonuses on my main unit. 45 times 2 seems pretty good. Alright. Not happy about this. You gotta stop sending these my way. I don't like them. Alright. So, this will be a massive restore. Very cool. Don't mind if I do. In fact, seems great. And we could get some regen going on you, but I don't think that's worth it. I think we just want to keep stacking this one regen. We want to make sure we're not losing this number. Want that number exclusively going up wherever possible. And I think I'm going to keep it simple here. I could get this Molting Imp out of my deck. I think I already have one, right? I do. I think one less on the roll would be nice when this deck rolls back over. I want to reduce the amount of cards in my deck, and these monsters are basically just cards waiting to be removed. Which might be kind of sad, but, you know, it's gotta happen. If they're wasting my space, they can't stay. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Another Ensnare. Both of these units are dead, and we're taking 4 damage total, so I don't really care. That reduces it down to 3. And this unit is full on HP, just doing fantastic. Jolly good. Try to keep this unit a little bit tanked up, I suppose. We don't want him to die. I think he's doing fantastic work down here. Having a sweep down low really, really helps. Just sweep of the legs. That's the movement we're making here. And it's working out fantastically. Now, do I want anything ensnared? I don't think I need to. It doesn't do anything. But it does increase my draw by 1, so we might as well ensnare the boss. I mean, I could have ensnared one of these guys, and that would have been the exact same result. But, you know, not too much difference made there. Oh my goodness. This is just not fair. This is just too easy. They're gonna have to give me a harder game. Alright. So, I guess this is the first play. Immediately do that. And we can just keep stacking spikes. Seems good to me. Why not? Why the heck not? Meanwhile, this boss is just getting chonked out. Fantastic. Unfortunately, my Hellhorn guy did not get the slay bonus this time around. It's unfortunate. I wonder how many more rounds there are. Oh, well, I guess the boss is starting to attack now. Quite clearly. So perhaps now is my time. Doing 20 damage, so I'd only get 1 round of turns with that one. Fire Chopper here has a chance to come back around, and I don't think I want it to. So I'm just gonna yeet it on this floor. That's the play. Now, you're 5'8". You're gonna die in 1 shot if I don't place you here. I would like you to live at least for 1 turn. That would be great. If you can do that, you've succeeded, in my eyes. This Train Steward is dead weight. He will never be played. And that is another buff going on to my Hellhorn unit, which is fantastic. So this is probably it. I can't imagine they're surviving this. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at that. Oh man, this Demon Fiend is useless. Why do I even have this top floor? I don't need it. I wonder if there's like an option to get rid of that floor, and then I can just, you know, go based off of what I have. And maybe the other 2 floors become powerful. I'll get the full capacity or something. Yeah, okay, so this is over. We absolutely demolished them. This game is friggin' sweet. I'm excited. I'm excited to play a hell of a lot more of it. Alright, Angel Hunter. Cool. Got a whole bunch of stuff here. This feels like a long run. Maybe I'm just playing really slow, but I don't know. I feel like I'm making decent timing decisions and whatnot. Let's see. So consume, apply quick for 1 mana. That doesn't really enchant me. There's nothing that well, I guess it would be really good on my sweep unit. That would be good in that scenario. Channel Song. Consume, draw a unit, enhance it with 20/20. And 0 cost. Oh man, that is a very slow play card. There are many cards in my deck that I don't care if they're buffed. And I feel like the way I've been playing, more often than not, this will not hit anything useful. Wildwood Tome consuming and giving me exactly what I want sounds useful, so I'm going to take that. So, my Pyre gets +10, +30 with all of these. I can get an extra capacity, I can get an extra energy, or I can get an extra draw. I think extra draw would make me a lot more consistent. And so far, everything's been going fine with my current setup. I haven't had really very many limitations with my current build. I am a little bit worried that things are going to start scaling even harder, and if that happens, then additional capacity might be really necessary. But for the time being, I think that this is the right play, because it's just going to improve the consistency of my deck. And all I need to do at this point is start trimming, I think. That seems like the right play. So, where can we do such a thing? Duplicate any card except your champion. I don't need duplicates. One of everything is great. Any card. So it could also be a magic card. Most of my magic cards, I'm perfectly happy to just have one of. Cycle of Life is expensive enough that I wouldn't get to play it too much. So I don't think that's terribly helpful. We get a random event here. Upgrade my champion happens no matter what. I think I'd much rather head over here. I think this is the play. I'm very excited to see what my artifact is. Your Pyre gets 15 damage. Don't care. Don't care at all. What's this one? 50% chance to swap your front and back units. Wait, the front and back units when they enter your train. That does not really help me, because I just kind of killed the backline units anyway. I could see this being incredible in the right scenario. And I'm wondering if perhaps I should use this as insurance. I think that if somehow... Let's say I just wipe on a boss, right? The boss just has the perfect stuff. Maybe in a freak scenario, my Pyre 1v1s it. But this doesn't do anything. This does literally nothing, because the backline units are always dying first. So I'm gonna take that. We've got enough spell damage where things have just been working out. That's probably a very controversial choice that I just made, but I hope my reasoning makes sense. So we can get up to 50 times 2, slay plus 20, or I can get an extra multi-strike. I feel like the multi-strikes just help me so much. Because that's going to make my my damage scale even faster. The more enemies that I'm killing with multi-strike, the better. So I think this is more damage overall over the course of a whole fight. And that's what I want. That's what I care about. That said, it does make me more vulnerable to thorns. But that's what the armor is for. So I think we've got it mostly solved. Maybe a bit of a strange choice, but I think that's the right one. Upgrade a unit to Endless. When this unit dies, return it to the top of the draw pile. Ooh. Oh my goodness. What would I want? Oh my goodness. Wait. I could get so much mana. Huh. it wouldn't make sense on Demon Fiend, because his whole shtick is, you know, he's the big boy. He's on the last floor, he's just gonna carry us. So Molting Imp or Pyre Chomper, I could get just free 5 damage every turn. I think that's highly worth it on a Molting Imp. I think that this card only needs to ever be played once. So let's put it on a Molting Imp. I don't have to play it, but I should play it in most cases. And I can gain 25 HP or 10 damage on certain units. Let's see. So this is the last unit that I have to upgrade. I've got to be very, very selective with my upgrades, I think. I want double giant on this guy. Double large stone. Alright. He's fucking huge. He's fucking huge. That's fantastic. Alright, well, that's gonna be pretty good, I imagine. And I don't care about upgrading any of these guys. So let's save our money. Not that I really have much to save. I'm very, very pleased that I got that roll. I would have also accepted, I don't know, something I haven't seen yet, I guess. 400 gold, non-boss enemy units. Restore all health when they move up a floor. I kind of rely on knocking things down a bit. 100 armor, 15 HP. So he doesn't benefit at all from that. This guy's 310. Add a self-mutilation card to the top of your draw pile if the resolve happens. And that is 1 Ember, Purge Reserve. Okay, so it's just my Pyre takes damage for 1 Ember. And then we've got a 5/900. It says non-boss, so that wouldn't apply to this guy. I think I can go for this. I'm pretty sure, like, with all my different precautions between floors, I don't think anything's making it past, if I'm being honest. My first floor is going to take off all the weak guys. My second floor is going to kill everything. I can't see a reason not to do this. This might be really stupid, because that's a lot of money for them to give out. So I'm a little worried. But also, I'm feeling confident. Alright, which molting is this? It's not the buffed one. Let's throw you up here. And pray to God that I roll the unit I need next turn. Because I need them both up here. It's not going to work with just one. You're doing 25 times 3, that's 75. That does not kill that unit. This needs to go very well. Otherwise, this could derail very quickly. And I want the quick on you. Down with the quickness. There's no point in dealing damage with Torch to any of these guys. This Molting Imp does nothing, other than blockade damage. I don't know what's to come. I think I'd take the damage on my Husk Hermit for now. I've got lots of healing, so I think that's the play. I know it's weird to not use any of this mana. I mean, I guess just in case, in the off chance the thing doesn't work, but I'm sure it will. Let's see, so his full heals, yeah. And does he take the 2 damage after? He does. Very cool. Alright, so here's my hollow. That's what I wanted. Good. Okay. The hollow needs to get up here right now. And... oh, that's so close. It's not even funny. Okay, so that's gonna finish him. Fantastic. I was miscalculating on the math there, but that's alright. So that one kills there, and then... okay, good. I apologize if I'm not finishing my sentences. I'm trying to think so much here. There's so much thought going into this. This game is great. It's, I'm not sure if it's hard just yet, but I'm assuming there's, like, harder difficulties. There has to be, right? There's no way it's this easy. I don't trust it for a goddamn second. This is the tutorial, isn't it? You can't fool me, game. Alright, let's get you back up to full HP. And I don't want to torch anything up here, because that just gets one less kill on my Hornbreaker. I know that doesn't do anything, but it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. We're gonna get tons of money. This is fantastic. Now then, we do have to worry about this guy dying. He does die already. Fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Trying to get you nice and healed up. And my goodness, there are some chunky enemies. This boy is real big. I hope that armor doesn't regen, otherwise we might be in for a little bit of trouble. I'm gonna try and soften them up a little bit here. This guy needs to get softened up. And my reasoning is that I really am worried about one of these guys getting past. I've got a very high chance, well, I have a guaranteed chance of not drawing the card that I need. I need to draw Ensnare, and then I need to draw Demon Fiend, in that order. Otherwise, I'm kind of screwed, and my Pyre's going to take a shit ton of damage. But that's the game plan here. Because this boy, this guy is going to make it up to here. So I'm just kind of trying to think ahead here. So, let's just go ahead and torch. I just want to get as much damage off on you as possible. And I will place the steward in behind as backup. I've already got one in front there. Just to have as a sacrifice. I don't want him staying around. Just wasting space. Alright, let's see. Did his armor regenerate? That is my concern. His armor did not regenerate. Also nice. We're in pretty good shape here then. So you get ensnared, so that way you stick around for a turn. And then I don't really have too much to worry about. Let's go ahead and get this regeneration going. That's very, very nice. Now I could sting here. Let's see. I think we just focus up here. That's the play. I'm not sure if it gets me any closer. I don't really have to do the math right now because we're in really good shape. So that's really a nice luxury that I have right now. Fantastic. You can see we might start to get a little bit overwhelmed here, but no, both of these guys are dead. We are on course. This is fantastic. So at this point, just apply a regen to you every turn, and we're in the money. This time they didn't get stunned, so I'm gonna have to play around that. We've only got one mana left. You're going down, but that's it. I think we throw out a sting on you. Yep. And then the Millwood goes up here. We gotta get this regen stacking. That's what I want. Beautiful. Look at that slay bonus getting way up there. It's fantastic. Alright, this one's still pretty tanky, but they're both going down. Fantastic turn for a Demon Fiend. And we will go ahead and fortify our frontliner, because the more hits that he can take, the better off we're gonna be. I can't believe how well this has been going. I gotta say, this trinket is incredibly broken. Okay, so this is the main big bad. And I do not feel fear in my heart. I am not afraid. Nor do I have any reason to be. Okay, so this isn't gonna do very much. In fact, it's gonna do almost nothing. My God, look at how majestic he is. He can touch the pyre from the second floor. I don't even know how we got him on the train after that last upgrade. So he's doing real good damage. Do that just so I got an extra draw next turn. Alright. Oh my God, he's getting more damage every time we hit him. That's kind of scary. That's unpleasant, but you know what? It's gonna be fine because we're gonna be hitting him insanely hard next floor. So no worries. I'm sure he's probably already dead. Yep, he is. No one is ever. This poor ape. It's like being stuck in the basement, but he's stuck in the attic. He's never gonna be seen by anyone. And that's probably to their benefit. it would not go over well coming up against this guy. Big hunk of whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and throw some stuff down just for funsies. Yeah, we got nothing else we can do other than playing these. There we go. These extra imps, they're not doing too much, but I mean, it's like it's a just-in-case support sort of thing. But you can see that there's like a lot of deck plaque that I have right now. We could really thin this down and we'd be set. Alright, so that's yet another easy boss. Impish Scholar. Summon, return a random consumed spell into your hand. That's great. I like it. Give it to me. Restoring Retreat. Descend a unit and restore 13 HP. I don't need that. Restore 28 HP. Draw 2 next turn. Don't need that. I don't need any of these. These are all unnecessary. That's a really good feeling. I feel like this deck can take it all the way. I don't know how far away we are. Oh man, we are we're almost there. Okay, very cool. So we need to find a spot to spend our money. Magic or units. We don't need to upgrade our units at all. So let's not even consider going right here. Let's head left and see what we can do with this cash. We got 600 gold. We can just stack up like crazy. What do we got here for our last event? What was that? Oh god. These things. A penance yard comes into view. A truly terrible sight. Dead hellborn from across the 9 rings of hell are strung up as atonement just for existing. At the base of these awful contraptions are some familiar blights. But peeking through, you can see something of value underneath the rubble. Which pile do you inspect further? Gain Ember Stasis. 3 calcified Ember. Okay, so... Oh god! Purge. Played once and removed from your deck for the rest of the run. Okay. That's a one-time play. Playing a Blight card deals 100 damage to the front unit. I don't know what a Blight card is, and I don't think I have a Blight card, so probably not helpful. Dead Weight. Unplayable, unpurgeable. Yuck. When summoned, friendly units get +1 for every Blight card in your deck. I need to find out what a Blight card is, apparently. What's this one? When you play your first Blight card each turn, restore 5 Pyre HP. They all seem like garbage. But let's see what a Blight card is. The answer? I don't have one. I guess we're leaving. Sorry, buds. Not today. Not today. Don't think so. Although that looks really broken. I would have loved to mess around with that, because that's actually not a card. That's an artifact. These are all artifacts. I was thinking they were cards, but not quite. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Keep that in mind for next time. See what we can do with it. All right. Now then, let's carry on here, shall we? I think we should buff up some more stuff. Permafrost is this card will not be discarded at the end of your turn. What would I want that to be on? I feel like this card has kind of outlived its usefulness. We've just got so much regeneration. Oh man, what would I end up not playing? I don't think that's helpful, frankly. Now this is great. I would love to have like a more powerful torch. I think that's the play. I want to keep these in for regen. I've already got one reduced, which is great. I want to buff up my Millwood sap as well. That'd be great. So I could reduce this down to 1. Or down to 0, rather. Which would make it very, very playable. But at times it's not helpful. So I think 1 regen is always kind of nice. I'm never going to be unhappy to have that. And I could also permafrost said regen. I wouldn't want to permafrost the 0, though. I would much rather permafrost something that I think would be useful, but maybe not on a current turn. So like torch, for example, this torch, or maybe one of my restores. I think I'm gonna hold on to one of my restores. I could also hold on to Restoration Detonation, because it's only useful in certain instances, I would say. It might be weird to upgrade this, but that's what I'm gonna do. That's the play I'm going for. Upgrade. I don't like that at all. I don't think that's very helpful with what I'm using. Okay. So let's go ahead and beef this up even further. That's nice. That's very nice. I love that. 18 damage and get extra free stuff. Man, we're gonna run out of money. Well, we're not gonna run out of money. We're gonna run out of things to spend money on. But I guess we can keep purging cards too, which is nice. There we go. And we can go ahead, do a little increase and decrease. Seems good to me. There we go. Holding on to Millwood Sap is great. I like that a lot. Now then, what else do we want to get rid of in this deck? We're getting down to the brass tacks of it. We don't want to get rid of too many of these cards, because this is the meat and potatoes of our deck. This is everything that we want. This is everything that we built around. So it's difficult to give up any of this. But I think I should give up a basic torch. At least one. And now everything's too expensive for me. So that's a good sign. That means that I probably spent my money well enough. At least I'd certainly hope so. This could very well be the last boss. 10, 2300, multi-strike 2, so that's 30 damage, I guess. And Seraph will remove half of any buff and debuff effect stacks. That is incredibly rude. Oh, I don't like that at all. Does that mean like long-term buffs? Or I don't know what this means, but it looks mean. It looks very mean. Alright, well, let's do it. We gotta set up everything just as we always do. And pray it works out. So, Demon Fiend, you can get up there. Not enough capacity. What? Oh, I don't know what was going on there. That was weird. Alright, cool. Very good. Look at that big meat of creature meat. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. As long as I kill these two, we're pretty much fine. That also works out quite nicely, doesn't it? So yeah, he's currently dead. Not really what I'm looking for. Oh god. That's horrifying. Thankfully, we've got this to help ourselves out. We should be just fine. So let's go ahead and sting, I suppose. So if I sting here, I'm taking 8 less damage. I could also quick. I don't think I can afford to take that level of damage. I'm gonna quick this guy this time, because this means that I'm getting all these kills. I think it could be a bad long-term play, but short-term, it makes a lot of sense. Because look at how much slay bonus I just got. I just got 30 off of that. And look, I'm gonna get even more. This is insanity. So yeah, that should be very good. I think that's gonna work out for me exceptionally well. I'm taking 10 damage on my Demon Fiend. I don't think I care, to be totally honest. Which is great news. And let's go ahead and finish healing ourselves up. There we go. Now at this point, it's all gravy. It's fantastic. I think I'm gonna worry about this bottom floor not very much, to put it simply. We're going to not think about it. We'll throw a sting down here just to get a little bit of damage, and I guess I'll reduce my damage by a little bit. And we'll hold on to this for next turn. Yeah, that's the play. Cool. I don't need to play stuff just because I've got mana. That's the thing that I'm kind of learning in this game. I mean, that's a thing in all of these games. It's better to use your cards efficiently than to use your mana efficiently a lot of the times. And I'm definitely feeling that in this game. So Imp Scholar is to take back what? What is it that I'm bringing back from my consume? Obviously, if it's in there, then it's probably not being consumed, but I'll double check just to make sure. So I guess the only thing that I'm bringing back is my quickness, which I will be throwing on this unit, Husk Hermit, on the bottom floor. That's the game plan. And because these guys are continually getting dazed, I don't really have too much to worry about. These guys are all dead, which is great. Just gonna continue stacking that regen as much as humanly possible. And taking another 10. I don't really care too much. I'm not particularly perturbed. I could ensnare this guy down here for a turn. But I'd rather not, because that would probably deal damage to my Husk. I don't think I want to slow anything down right now. I'm going to ensnare top floor, because it doesn't do anything negative to me. It's at least +1 draw. +1 draw for 0. I mean, that's the kind of card that I took it for, where it can come in handy, but if it doesn't, then I can kind of find another use for it, you know? It made sense to me, and it still makes sense to me, which is great. I think that this deck can take me all the way very, very easily, and I feel like I've done a pretty decent job figuring this out. I'm pretty pleased. Alright, that was awfully dirty of you to reduce all of these wonderful buffs that I'm trying to stack up. Quite rude indeed. Thankfully, we've still got our quickness, which is great. That's gonna come in real handy. At this point, it's almost worth it to deal damage to myself, so that way I can start dealing more damage with Restoration Detonation. But that said, I think I'm going to keep that combo in my back pocket for the time being, and I'll think about it when I really need it. Because for now, I don't. I don't truly need it. Now's a good time to start stacking my regen back up. Hit a little sting there. Try to get some damage down. These are some relatively bulky enemies. And we could get our Husk Hermit out this turn. But right now, Hornbreaker Prince is having a field day. Like, he's getting absolutely stacked off of these light wings. I don't think I want my sweep unit out right now. I think we put him out toward the very end, if anything. And, let's see. I still could bring back Wildwood Tome, but I think I let these cards do one more rotation. I wish there was a way to tell how far I am, but we'll, or like how many turns till the boss summons, but we'll figure that out, I suppose, in due time. Go ahead and armor up. Reduce my damage taken to 0. And this last torch is consumed. Hold on to that one. Cool. At this point, it's literally just letting my cards scale. It's fantastic. They are not going to stand a goddamn chance. Not a snowball's chance in hell. I was wondering where these assholes were coming from. I was wondering how they were getting past my units. I just wasn't paying attention, I suppose. Let's continue with the stacking of my regen. I'm gonna just go ahead and toss a sting down, keep this guy nice and topped off, because that sting isn't really gonna be too helpful anywhere else. And that means I can focus this regen still on this unit here. And it's funny because I don't want to play anything anymore. It's very weird. This is kind of backwards, but it's working out very well for me, as you can see. This guy is just absolutely, unbelievably overpowered at this point. It's quite something. It's something to behold. Okay, so this guy's actually coming at me for the fight. So, unfortunately, I did not draw the cards I needed to put up a fight on this floor, which is pretty sad, but I don't think it matters too much. At least I certainly hope not. Let's just try and tear down these units a little bit. As best as we can. Gonna continue stacking this up. We want as much regen here as possible. And I guess we'll just start throwing stuff on this guy because he's the more annoying one. I hate splitting damage. If I wanted to, I could do a whole ton of extra math here to maybe make this a tiny bit more perfect. I probably should have thrown that on him. Hopefully that doesn't matter too much. And once again, just throw this out so that way I can get the heal. Or that extra card, rather. That's what I'm really after. Is an extra card. Alright. Final wave. Oh, hey. I thought he was attacking this turn. I could have sworn he was. Okay. Cool. So, Hermit goes down here. And then Impish Scholar. Oh, it doesn't actually... I don't get to pick? I don't like that at all. That is very disappointing. I thought I got to choose. That's most unfortunate, but also not really that big of a deal. It's totally okay. Really not a problem. Let's just keep stacking that regen up, because this is the floor it all ends on. We'll hold on to that one, because it's a 25 heal. And those two are both dead. Probably to this guy, doing 155 damage a swing. If I had to guess, that might have something to do with it. Alright, and we'll just throw down here a bunch of imps just to sort of slow things down. And I guess that's all she wrote, really. I think we're good. We're in the money. Now then, we're getting Restoration Detonation next turn. Wish I had kept some mana. I would have dealt some damage to my own unit. But we'll see how it works out. I think it'll be totally fine. Alright, not bad. Not too pretty bad. Is this a kill floor? It is. My final unit never got used. He did nothing. He just kind of held down the fort. It's like, alright guys, I guess if you ever need me, I'll be up here. Oh, you poor sap. Not this one. This one. Alright. I mean, there's not really any reason for me to click any of these buttons. But I guess can I heal him? No, I can't. That'd be pretty badass if I could. That's gonna give me a little bit extra healing. A little bit extra damage, why not? Kind of fun. Kind of fun to go overkill. Who doesn't love to BM the enemy as you murder them? Oh my lord. Look at how much my Hellhorn is shredding for. This was a fantastic combo. I feel like this was just perfectly piloted. I'm very, very happy. I mean, this might be the tutorial. I don't know. But that's a 100% win rate. I gotta say, the skills really transfer between games. At least that's how it feels. I'm really happy with that win. My goodness. I mean, I don't know if you count this as much of a review or just like a first look at, but I'm pretty happy. Is there a boss fight now? Was that the last boss? It was. Okay. We win. Not bad at all. Hell has been restored. Covenant unlocked. Covenant rank 1, Covenant allows you to opt into a higher challenge level and start mastering cards on victory. Your Covenant rank goes up every time you win a run at your highest rank unlocked. Okay, cool. Hellhorn level up. We get new cards, good. I was wondering how many, if there would be card progression. I'm glad to see there is. Move a unit to the front and apply 10 armor. Ooh, interesting. Hell yeah. Ashes of the Fallen. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. That's great. Very good. Wow, we leveled up twice. Not bad. Impressive. Sacrifice an imp, deal 50 damage to the front unit. That's interesting. Imps they look like it'll be a fun build. Definitely an unreliable deck if you used only imps though, so I think it's the sort of thing you just kind of mix in. They're spells. Think of them like spells that take up capacity. I think that's the play. At least for me. That's how I'm gonna think about it. For now. Until someone tells me that's stupid. and backs up why it's stupid, okay? You can't just say it's stupid and then not give me a reason why, okay? I'm new. Conserve between turns. Unbroken horn. Alright. Conserve ember between turns. Why did that break my brain? I guess it's kind of like 1 o'clock in the morning now. Kind of late for me. I apologize. But that worked out pretty well. Let's see if they level up the same amount. I imagine they will. But maybe the primary gets more. Who knows? We got Spreading Spores. Apply 2 regen and 2 spikes. Add a copy of this card to your discard pile. Oh, God. I don't like that. I think that's really bad. If this thing can be consumed, then maybe. I don't like that card at all. I really don't like it. I don't know if I'll ever take that. But maybe it's good, who knows? Maybe if it's... Oh, now if you buff it... Like if you were to make that 0 cost, maybe there's some merit to it. And if the future ones have the buffs on it too, then I could see it being good. Maybe I shouldn't rule it out just yet. Grant +1 stack of spikes each time it is applied. That's cool. Very cool. Awoken was really fun. I feel like that was a mostly Awoken-driven deck. So I'm pretty happy. Okay, so that's interesting. Hellhorned actually did get more XP. Very neat. And spells played. Stygian Guard. Oh, this is how I unlock new classes. So there's the Stygian Guard, Umbra, and Melting Remnant. So there's different clans. And right now we've only got these 2 to work with. But yeah, that is, what game am I playing again? Oh yeah, Monster Train! You can see I've got a couple friends also playing this game. I had a really good time with it today, and I'm sure it showed. I love just, you know, nerding out, thinking too hard, and I feel like this game perfectly embodies doing that. It's like playing 3D chess. You got levels on levels, and it's really good. I mean, I was originally intending this to be more of like a review, and then I just kind of turned it into a Let's Play. So, yeah, I mean, if that isn't proof of a good game, then I don't know what is. So yeah, thank you for watching. And I guess if you made it this far, leave me a comment, give me some advice. I'm new to this game. And catch me live with this game on Twitch at Aliasgaming. I'll have a link in the description. Alright, thank you, and have a wonderful day or night or whatever the hell time it is for you. Yeah. Catch you next time. Boop.